What is up, guys? It's your boy here, Jersey Flex, back with another video. In today's video, as you could tell by the title, we're going to be discussing my experience on Winstrol. That's the main reason you guys clicked on this video, is probably because you're considering taking Winstrol by any chance, whatever it may be. You want to pick up chicks on the beach. You want to look sexy and handsome and impress the babes by looking shredded. So you want to dabble in some Winnie, and you want to get some secondhand advice on what it's like. So in this video today, I'm going to cover everything that you guys need to know about what it feels like to be on Winstrol from a personal standpoint. So make sure you watch from beginning to end to know the pros and cons of taking Winstrol. Before we dive into anything more in this video, I'm going to ask that you guys go hit the subscribe button. Every time you guys subscribe, it makes you 10 times more handsome, and I appreciate all the love and support from you guys. So without any further ado, we're gonna dive into this discussion about Winstrol, and let's roll that freaking intro. Boom!
Maybe it's a new beginning, maybe it's the start of where it ends. I know there's no going back, and I'm loving the chase.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the bro chat, the Winstrol discussion that we're going to be having in my car right here, while I basically explain to you guys everything that I felt on Winstrol. But before that, I just want to bring back something that was in that little intro. I hope you guys do acknowledge the fact that I'm not a doctor. In no way, shape, or form am I a medical practitioner. If you guys are experiencing anything like low testosterone, please get blood work done and go seek the attention of a medical professional. This video is strictly made for entertainment purposes only. So without any more delay, let's begin talking about the good and the bad. So basically, the good that you can expect from Winstrol, everything that you see on paper is very true. You could expect to get drier, harder, and stronger. So definitely keep that in mind. And if this is a compound that you guys are trying to use for athletic performances, stay in the lower doses, because when you get into the more aesthetic, when you guys want to achieve the aesthetics of Winstrol, you're gonna have to dive into the higher doses of it. So the lower doses are what's good for athletic performance. Anything further than that is not going to give you any more athletic performance. It's just going to make you look more aesthetic. But if you're looking for the bodybuilding aesthetic, you got to go into the higher doses of Winstrol. And for those of you guys who don't know, Winstrol is an oral steroid, and it can also be found in injectable water suspension. And one of the things that I did state in my Winstrol review video, where I explained the compound in and out, I do recommend checking out that video if you haven't already, just to get a full background knowledge on Winstrol. Winstrol is one of the only compounds that is identical to the oral pill that it is in the injectable. So it's chemically identical in injectable and in the water suspension. You could literally drink the liquid that you inject, but I don't recommend that, because unless you're pulling it out with a syringe and injecting it into your mouth, not literally, you know, like shooting it in your mouth, kind of like a straw, you're not going to really know how much of it you're getting. So it's not something I recommend. You know, 6 to 8 weeks tops. Most people just do like 4 to 6 weeks, because it's a very, very liver toxic compound. So now, my personal experience. Wow, did it hurt? The water-soluble injection of Winstrol, one of the worst. I mean, the worst. It's like getting pounded in the butt. No homo. It like hurts. One of the worst injections you could possibly imagine is the water suspension Winstrol. Absolutely freaking painful. Do not recommend it. Absolutely not. In terms of strength, the strength was definitely there until I started experiencing really bad joint pain. So something that I do recommend with you guys is definitely run a testosterone base, or definitely run something like Deca, testosterone, deca, and maybe just like a smidget of Winstrol in there, you know, but that kind of defeats the purpose of Winstrol, because now you're adding an aromatizing compound or something that's going to hold a lot of water. So, you know, just be very careful and be mindful of that, you know, because you're really taking Winstrol for that dry, hard look. But definitely from my personal experience, my joints were screaming. Winstrol actually hurt my joints more so than Tren ever did. So that's something to remember. Tren is actually known for causing joint pain due to its inflammatory properties, but Winstrol was probably the worst in terms of joint pain. It's really only something that I would recommend to somebody who's kind of just getting ready for a photo shoot, or someone who's trying to dabble in the art of just looking shredded, just to look good on the beach, or look cut for a photo shoot, a magazine shoot, or something like that. Definitely not something I would recommend to anybody who is doing athletic performance stuff. And if they're doing like higher doses. If you're doing lower doses, you should be all right with joint issues. But if you're going for aesthetics and sports performance, that's kind of why I said at the beginning of the video to stick to the lower doses, because when you go into those higher doses, guys, your joints become really dry. Your synovial fluid is just not there, because this is really just flushing out all those fluids from your body, even the fluids that you guys hold inside your joints. So the feeling of not having synovial fluids inside your elbows, your knees, and so on and so forth, and you're trying to go running, trying to do acrobatic movements, agility exercises on a soccer field, football field, baseball field, lateral runs, whatever it may be, whatever type of sport you're doing, it's not a good feeling. So that's something that I do have to say about my experience on Winstrol, because this is a completely unbiased, just my own personal experience on Winstrol. Definitely not something that I enjoy, is having joint pain. So especially me, because I work as a plumber, so whatever your typical day job is, you know, if you have a desk job, you might be able to get away with it a little bit more. But me having a physical job and being in the weight room and dieting, and just the joint pain was just not something I appreciated. Strength gains. Let's get into strength gains. Strength gains, I felt stronger. I had a real good mind-muscle connection. You know, is it comparable to the strength gains I had with testosterone? No. Comparable to the strength gains I had with Anavar? A little bit more so. Definitely I would say Tren and Dianabol blow it out of the water for strength gains. So definitely not comparable to Dianabol and Tren. You know, Tren is really the holy grail of steroids, so very few, far and few will compare to that. D-ball is comparable with strength, but you know, Winstrol, you can expect mild muscle gains, mild strength gains, but you're gonna look better than you've ever looked. But Winstrol really is like the cherry on top type of steroid, so keep in mind, it's something that I recommend to somebody who's already lean. It's gonna put the sprinkles on top, the whipped cream and cherry on top, and really make the physique look good. So it's something I recommend more so for photo shoots, bodybuilding shows, magazine cover type of athlete, and that's really it. So yeah, that basically kind of wraps up my personal experience. Definitely not a steroid I would do again, but kind of give you insight on it is just be wary of your joints. Take a lot of joint support, omegas and all that kind of stuff. So hope you guys got a little bit of insight onto what taking Winstrol could be like, a little bit of knowledge about the compound. And if you want to learn more about the compound, check out my channel. I do have a separate video explaining everything you guys need to know about Winstrol, so check that out. Don't forget to subscribe, and we're gonna roll that freaking outro. Boom! No!